What's up? First ever VHS haul video. I love VHSs. What can I say? 34. Somewhat grew up on the VHS era. Grew up pretty poor, so unfortunately I wasn't able to purchase all the VHSs that I would have wanted back then. But now that I'm older, established, have a little more money, I'm able to collect. Um, I'm also pretty new to the game. This has actually only been doing this for a few months. I've been an active collector of other media, mostly comics and and action figures. But yeah, once I get passionate and serious about something, I get really dedicated and start to get infatuated and go all out with it. And that's kind of what I've been doing with the VHSs. I only been out 3 times to collect, but since then I would say I have a pretty good collection already starting out. So I didn't put it in any particular order or anything. I was going to do that, but now I'm like, you know what? I already have these in boxes. Let's just go with the flow. And so what I got here, I haven't watched any of these yet. Well, some of them I may have previously watched in the past, but not on VHSs. The Lone Ranger. Bought this at a comic book shop that I go to. I almost missed out on it. It's in like a little side corner, and there's like a ladder in the way, and there's like this sign that says like, "Oh, you ask permission to go back there," and I just never really went back there. I didn't even realize that there was tapes back there. One day I glanced over, and you can kind of see behind the counter. You can see there's some DVDs, and I went back there, and in a little corner, there's some VHSs. They've probably freaking been there for like 20 years. I moved back the cobwebs and the dust, and did them out and bought all of them. Pretty much all. There was a few I left, a few I didn't want, but I bought all the good ones. These are $5. Which is pretty pricey and kind of ridiculous. I think they should have been a half that, but like I said, I'm new to this, so they kind of inadvertently took advantage of that because I kind of was looking for VHS and kind of jumped on that, you know. But this, I think, was worth it. A little Star Trek collection going here. Love that it still has the stickers on it. It's all color collector's edition. This is the Rumors Television Broadcast. This one has some bonus features on it. I mean, they wasn't called bonus features back then, but that's basically what they are. Some classic Superman soups. I am not a Superman fan. I'm really not. I think he's too much of a boy scout. He's too overpowerful. But I still picked these up because one of my favorite things to buy on VHS is old classic material. The cheesier, the better. The campier, the better. I think it kind of goes hand to hand. Um, like I said, I'm still new to this. I haven't bought anything online yet. That's eventually going to become the direction that I go in, unfortunately, because that's going to be really the only way I'm going to be able to obtain anything and to get what I want. Eventually, I want Japanese monster movies, kung fu films, and horror films, specifically slasher films. for really two reasons. One, those are the types of movies I like to watch. I was a fan of those films even before I started collecting VHSs. And if you had asked me a year ago to name some of my favorite movies or what are my favorite genres, it would have been those. But two, I really feel that those movies go perfect with VHSs. They're campy, they're cheesy, they're corny. Not that I'm downing on VHSs, but like, at the end of the day, like I have to accept, acknowledge, admit that DVDs, Blu-rays are of course better in virtually every way. They are the advanced version of VHSs. There are arguably a few benefits that VHSs have. They certainly are more durable. They are, you don't lose them as easy, scratch, break as easy. Um, well, I'll make a more full-length video about why I prefer VHSs. There are some just personal preferences on why I prefer VHSs. They're very similar to some of the other reasons why other collectors prefer them. But anyway, I've been going out and buying them just for the fun of it because it's fun to experience this. That's kind of the idea. I don't really want to be sitting in my room just buying them all online. It kind of takes away from it. Same reason that eventually I just used one of my comic book boxes that I had around, but eventually I want to display these and get a better rack or something because that's what it's all about. But said I'm still new to this, so uh, still starting out. But eventually, my VHSs are going to be filled with those genres. For now, I bought what was there, but not to say that I didn't buy what I enjoyed. A lot of the movies that I found at these places I've been to actually had a lot of films that I would have bought anyway, or that I really enjoyed, or that I'm glad are a part of my collection. Another Star Trek film, uh, where no man has gone before. The Arunza and Uncut Television Star Trek series. Um, this is Star Date 13124. Air date September 22nd, 1966. This dish was produced, copyrighted in 1985. This is cool. This is the first one. This is one. I have two around. Must be in another box. But Batman and Robin Volume 1. It's really a little television series that answered the first 7 of 15 chapters in one of the Arunza Batman and Robin series that started it all. Batman Chapter 1, Batman Takes Over. Batman Chapter 2, Tunnel of Terror. Batman Chapter 3, Robin Wild Ride. Chapter 4, Batman's Trapped. Chapter 5, Robin Rescues Batman. Pretty self-explanatory there. Chapter 6, Target Robin. Chapter 7, The Fatal Blast. I did watch a little bit of this. I was pretty impressed by it, considering the time and era. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Another Star Trek, Part 1 and 2. And then this right here. I'm a huge fan of this guy. Been a diehard fan of his for a long time. I have posters of his on my wall, T-shirt. I would even go as far as say, bit of a role model. I don't usually, I really idolize too many people, too many celebs, but uh, definitely been a fan of this guy's films, philosophy, and beliefs for a long time. So I was super excited when I went back. I had went back to the same comic shop and accidentally found these. I thought I had gotten all the ones that I wanted, but I was glancing around, like in a little side shelf on the bottom, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, so cool!" Bruce Lee, Kung Fu Mania. Lost interview with Bruce Lee, the real Bruce Lee. The Green Hornet starring Bruce Lee was, that is true. You know, he was the sidekick of the series, but he was the star. He was the standout. You know, Kato, however you pronounce it. No disrespect, but yeah, he auditioned for Green Hornet. Kind of, you know, back in those days, a lot of racism and pressures preventing him from accomplishing that, unfortunately. But he stood out. They had him, and obviously he did all the stunts and the moves, and made the other star look bad. But the series is awesome. This is selected episodes from the series. Simple Twist of Fate. Never seen this film, but it looks good. I heard some good reviews on it though. From my friend who I told that I had it. Another one I had never seen, but after reading the back, I realized it was a sequel. I did some digging, found out that the Arunza film is two men and a baby. And this is a three men and a baby. This is three men and a little lady. I might be watching it though. Looks funny. It's only $1. I got these are from Goodwill. These last two, and the next couple ones are going to be from Goodwill. King and I. This one is a classic. There's another one that I have never seen. And this one is a fine. Watched this a few times in my life. I'm not saying I'm a fan or I like the movie, but I collect. Another thing I'm going for with these VHSs is if they're iconic films, there might be a few exceptions to this, a few ones that I wouldn't buy. Like, for example, I've seen all the Disney films and I didn't get them. Well, I bought some, but not like the more famous ones I don't care for. But if it's a really iconic film, I'm going to buy it because a lot of this is not just for viewing, even though I do intend on watching these. Um, a lot of this is about the display and the collecting factor. And just to say, I have blank on VHS. So a lot of these films are going to be just legendary blockbuster, no pun intended, legendary blockbuster films. And that's what brings me to this, Grease. And kind of like I said about the kung fu films or the Japanese monster films. I feel like if you're gonna watch an old film anyway, why not, pop it in on a VHS? Black Hawk Down. Never seen this movie. Haven't seen this one, but of course I know of it. I do. I will eventually be doing reviews on these films still once I do end up watching them. Tigerland, the best film of the year. Let me know in the comments section if you ever seen this one. Or any of these in that sense. This is another one got from Goodwill, but I can add to that Star Trek collection that I'm growing. Some Christmas movies. We got a lot of Christmas films. lesser known ones. These must have been like some television special or something like that. A Disney Christmas gift. A Christmas Carol. Jay and Silent Bob film. Not the best one, but it's wicked funny film. And Chris Rock is one of my favorite comedians. Alright, that's it for now. Got 4 more boxes, so I'll be making more of these films. And when I decide to get out and buy more, I'll do a haul where I'm actually, I'll show where I'm going and where I'm buying them. And I'll also do some reviews. And like I said, I'm going to be making a video about why I prefer this form of media over anything else. Yeah, physical media is alive and well, and whether it's just collecting them or viewing them or posting videos about them, there's a community out there for this people. If you're not familiar with it, look into it, check it out. Peace out.